Hey everybody, I'm so excited for this next video because this is something I struggled with big time, and I'm pretty sure most people struggle with it at some point. Okay, so we know that there's lots of beautiful colors of eyeshadows. We know that there's powder shadows. We know that there's pressed shadows. We know that there's cream shadows. We know that there's 5 bazillion different kinds of shadows, right? Right. But how do we get them to blend flawlessly? Okay, excuse me, when I first started, I didn't wear eyeshadow. The only thing that I wore was mascara. And that's because number one, I knew how to apply it. Easy peasy, right? Right. We all know how to apply mascara. Number two, I had no reason to wear anything else. I was totally fine wearing just mascara. But then I learned how to do my eyes properly. So I'm going to share that with you today. And we are going to use this gorgeous fall palette. We've got an orange, we've got a gold, we've got a little bit of a shimmery, I don't know what you'd call that, bronzy type color. And then we have this beautiful rich brown. And we're going to do, you can do one of these, you can do 2 of these, you can do 3 of these, you can do all of these, you can do 500 colors if that's what you want to do. We are going to keep it as simple as possible. And if you guys want any other tips on how to do different types of look, cut crease is a really trendy look right now. There's the smoky eye. I can absolutely show you how to do a smoky eye. Today, we're going to keep it simple, okay? The first thing that you always want to do to get the perfect blend is to use an eye primer. You guys seen me post about this? It's a lifesaver. I'm telling you, a tiny little bit, okay? I'm talking tiny little bit. That's for both eyes, right? So we're going to put it between our fingers, and then we're going to go on our lids. I'm going to go all the way up to my brow. I typically, when I am doing this, don't have any other makeup on. So then I go underneath my eyes too, but I already have my eyeliner and my concealer on for my dark circles. So I'm going to keep it just on my lid. You're just going to blend it in. Give it a minute to dry. It's going to stay, I don't want to say tacky because it's not sticky at all. I cannot feel it on my eyes. But once it dries, it's just this smooth, wonderful finish. It's going to even out the colors on your eyelids. It's going to absorb some of that oil that some of us have on our lids, which causes the creasing and those kinds of things. The other thing that I want to tell you is that unique eyeshadows do not crease, especially when you use eye primer. So eye primer is step number 1. Always, okay? The next thing that is going to save you when you're blending your shadow is a proper blending brush. Now, I'm not saying that you need to buy the unique one because I'm sure that there are plenty out there. I love this brush. It's by far my favorite, okay? So you want something that has natural bristles. All of Unique's brushes, well, most of Unique's brushes are made with goat or pony hair. So these are natural bristles, super crazy soft, right? And if you guys want to know how to wash and take care of your brushes so that they last you a long time, let me know and I can absolutely show you. I like to use this waterless brush cleaner from Unique as well. No water, no dry time, no nothing. Okay, you spray it, you swirl it, you're good, right? Okay, so with my fluffy blending brush, I am going to start with my crease color. Some people will call it a transition color. It's going to be kind of your medium, okay? You're going to have a light color, you're going to have a dark color, you're going to have kind of a medium color. Maybe you just have one color. One color is totally fine. In fact, that's why I love our cream shadows. Our cream shadows that we have, I use one color and call it good. I do not mess with the blending. So when I'm in a hurry, cream shadow is my go-to. Today, I want to show you blending, so we're going to use multiple colors. I'm going to start with this wonderful pumpkin color, okay? Now, Unique shadows are super highly pigmented too, so use very, very little. Don't be swirling your brush. My daughter learned that one the hard way, okay? So I'm just going to dab a couple times. You can see I have the gorgeous pumpkin color. We don't want to follow it on our cheeks. So we're going to blow it off, tap it off, whatever you need to do. Okay. And then we're going to start. Our transition color is going to go in our crease. Now, I have hooded eyes. I talked about this before. My eyelids kind of tuck back, right? So I'm going to go up a little bit higher from my natural crease. Anyone who does not have hooded eyes, you can stay right in your natural crease. I'm also going to keep my eyes open. Some people, I would say most people, and I did it too. I close my eyes and do it, and then when I open my eyes, I'm like, oh, that's not what I look like at all, right? Because my eyes were shut, right? Okay, so I'm gonna keep my eye open, tip my head back just a little bit so I can see where I'm going with this, right? Real lightly, scoot your hand back on your brush. That helps to get a light application. And keep in mind, wherever you put your brush down first is where it's gonna be darkest. So you always wanna start on the outside, work your way in. Scoot your hand back on your brush so you have a light touch, because the closer you are to the bristles, the heavier your application is going to be, the more makeup you're going to end up using. And we don't want to use up all our makeup, right? We invested some good money in this stuff. And in quality makeup, we don't want to burn it all up just because we're holding our brush too tight, right? So we're going to keep your hand back on the brush. This will help get a nice light blend too. So when you're doing your transition color, you're going to go in little circles, okay? Not all the way to your brow. You can do a little windshield wiper, but keep the circles so that you are blending it out. I'm never say never, right? I normally do not go all the way into my inner corner. Especially with a transition color, I'll go most of the way to like there, but I don't go all the way. I keep that, this is my special corner that I keep for my light and airy and shimmery colors, okay? So we're gonna go with a nice, light, neutral. You can just keep blending, circles, windshield wiper, whatever feels natural to you, but keep blending until you like it, okay? If you feel like you've blended it out too far, you can always add more, but it's harder to take away. So I start light. And if I decide, you know what, I like this pumpkin-y color and I think I want more of it, tap my brush a couple times, tap it off and go again. Darken it up. It's buildable. You can build up your eyeshadow, right? And then always with the circles at some point or another, got a little bristle in there. Okay, so we're gonna blend, 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 blend. And another thing, another little trick that I do, if I want a nice crisp edge out here, I will do my eyeshadow before my foundation. That's not the case today, but if that's what if you like the nice crisp, clean edge, or if you're doing, especially if I'm doing a smoky eye, I'll do that because I get a little out of control sometimes. And it's easier to clean it up because then you're not taking your foundation off if you're cleaning up. Also, when you apply your foundation and you come in with that foundation brush, you can and make it nice and sharp, okay? All right, so we've got our transition color. I'm gonna just do one eye, and for the sake of keeping my video short, I'm gonna just do one eye and I'll finish my other eye later, okay? So we did our pumpkin color. Now I'm gonna move on to the dark color. Some people would say, why go dark second instead of light? Well, I'll show you. So we're gonna tap a couple times. Now you can switch brushes. If you have 500 brushes like I do, you can certainly switch brushes. If you have one really good brush, stick with it, okay? Don't switch brushes if you're comfortable with your one really good brush. Okay, tapped it off. Now the dark color I'm gonna keep out here. Okay, this is my dark chocolatey brown. I'm gonna keep it out here. I'll blend it in just a little bit. But for the most part, I'm gonna keep it on the outside. And let's say you say, oh my gosh, I think I got too much. Not a problem. Okay, we're gonna clean our brush real quick. A couple spritzes of that brush cleaner. Swirl it around on our cloth. Okay, now we have a clean brush. There's no color on this brush now. So then you can go in and blend it out. Okay. So this is just a clean brush and I am just buffing the edges so I don't have that harsh line. Nobody likes the harsh line, right? So I blended that out. Now let's say I like a dark eye. Totally up to you what you like. I just got a little bit more of my chocolate, tap it off. And I don't windshield wiper this. I just dab it right in this corner. Okay. I'm not gonna windshield wiper it. I still want to see that beautiful pumpkin color. Okay. Pretty, right? Right. And what you can do is if, let's say you lose your transition color. Let's say you go a little wild with that dark color and you've lost some of your transition. Clean your brush off. Go back in with some of that and then do windshield wiper again. It's gonna bring it back, right? And it's not gonna ruin that pretty dark color that you have on the outside. Swirl it, little circles is the best movement that you can do with this. Okay, so now I have a gorgeous pumpkin, I have a chocolate. Now I need a little bit of shimmer on this inner corner, right? I told you I was saving that. That inner corner is my special corner, and that's where we're gonna choose one of these colors. Now this color is Antsy. It's like a, I don't even know how to describe it, more of a bronzy color, and then this one is more gold. So I think what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna do the gold one. What I like to do, now you can absolutely still use your fluffy brush, okay? I like to use a brush that's packed a little bit more. Okay, some people call this a packing brush. Unique calls it a deluxe brush. It doesn't really matter what you call it as long as it gets the job done, right? So we're gonna grab a little bit of this color. Oh, that's not the color I wanted. Okay, so I'm gonna flip my brush over and go with the gold. And I'm just going to dab it on this inner corner. You guys, this is a perfect fall palette of colors. And this palette actually, these ones here, there's 4, there's 8, there's singles, however many colors you prefer. And this particular palette, they're interchangeable. So you can take the colors out, you can switch them out however you like. You can actually, let's say you have one favorite color and you end up running out of that one, you can just pop it out and replace it instead of buying a whole new palette. Okay, so we got a little bit of our gold on there, and we're just gonna pack it right in here. Now let's say you're like, oh my gosh, that's way too much gold. I'm not a shimmery girl, blah, 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 right? You can grab your blending brush and blend it out again. Okay, and you can pull this over as far as you wanna go. If you like it all the way over, go all the way over. So I'm gonna take my blending brush. I did get a little out of control up in here, right? And we're just gonna, little circles, blend that puppy out, and we have a gorgeous fall eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the other side, and then I will post a picture of the finished product. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, certainly let me know, and I will check in on you later. Bye.